Morning, morning. What's up, KC? Hey, well, it's not morning. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm sorry. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Good afternoon. Good to see everybody. Lunchtime special again. I felt it was good to come around lunchtime today. I'm going to give a couple minutes to let everybody get on in. Happy Valentine's Day as well. Happy Valentine's Day, yes. It's a blessing. It's Tuesday. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. Good afternoon. Thank y'all for the hearts. If you would just swipe left or right, whichever device you're using, and just share with your family and friends so they can hear about this as well. I found this very important. I was actually doing some reading and I looked at some of these things and said, man, I need to do a little bit more myself. But I was reading out of my 10X book, and also, doing some other research, checking emails and looking at some of the daily things I get. And some things I wrote down. Some things I've already been doing, some things I need to implement. But I just wanted to come by and give you some tips on time management, because that's what my chapter was about today. And also, I felt it was very important because a lot of times I think that we as people don't look at our time wisely. So I believe this can help out, just different things. But, like Jim Rohn once said, how did he put it? Jim Rohn said, he said you either run your day or your day will run you. So, because, everybody has the same amount of time in a day. And some people just use it more wisely. And so just some tips that I believe can help everybody out. Because I know when I was writing them down and just thinking about them, hey, I realized there's some things I was letting slide by, and I know they can help you out as well. So I just wanted to share with you. And y'all the hoodie is just on. It's rainy outside, so I was about to get out and do a couple of things, so I just wanted to, just share these with you real quick. But some tips. Number one, first off, this is something I found very important. It's just, I was reading in the book from Grant Cardone, and GC said, first off, you got to know where your time is going in the first place. So he told us to encourage writing it down. Write down the things that where your time is going. Okay, well, I'm working from 8 to 5. Or so you say. He said some people say they working 8 to 5, but they don't even really work the full time that they're there. So if you're not working full time at your job, then, so how you going to say that you actually working that? People play around on the internet, on Facebook, and different things while they're at work, not even focus on the task at hand. But number two, it goes right into, at the end of what I just said, I wrote down, it said, complete the most important task first. See, a lot of times we accomplish the small task, but don't ever accomplish the big task first. See, the big task is the one that's going to take up the most time. Accomplish that first. Put that first on the list to do. And so that's what I encourage you to do. Hey, put that important task first. Write it down. Knock that one out first. That would definitely help you help you save time in the long run, because you won't be doing a little bitty task, then throw this big one in the middle, and then try to go do a little bit more little tasks. No, knock out the big one first, then do all the little tasks. Go down the line of what's most important. And then number 3 I wrote down is this one is gonna be a lot for a lot of people to it's probably going to hit a lot of people hard, because it hit me hard just reading it, when Grant Cardone put it in his book. And it is learn to say no. Learn to say no. And when I say learn to say no, is, hey, be able to accept the fact that sometimes you're going to have to tell some people no. If you aren't where you want to be in your life, then you don't really have time to sit around and have drinking parties all the time. Hey, you ain't going to have time to sit around and get on the game doing work hours. You're not going to have time, or like not work hours, but let's just say, for instance, your your business hours, things that you could be working on your business. Hey, maybe after hours or something like that, but hey, that's time that could be, you don't have time to be putting in all those extra hours doing unnecessary things. So you have to learn to say no. Y'all, it's not going to, and if your friend takes it the wrong way, hey, just let them know, hey, I'm focused, I'm dialed in right now, I'm trying to get to where I'm trying to get to. And if they love and care about you enough, they'll understand why you told them no. Family member or friends. They should be able to tell you, you should be able to tell them no. And number 4, I wrote down, it's just 10 of them I wrote down. So, I'm going to kind of go through them kind of quickly and kind of just give an example on each one. I'm going to, do my best. And number 4 I wrote down was, devote your focus on the task at hand. And that's big, y'all, because, see, a lot of time we say we're doing something, but we don't even focus in at that little given time. So I'll give you an example. Let's, for instance, when I was working, I also started the business I'm with now. I started part-time. So as I was doing it part-time, when I had the lunch break, which was only, 30 minutes at one job, it was an hour at another job. At that lunch break, I would actually focus in on working in those little bitty times. So everything else was basically, I didn't reply back to any text messages. I didn't reply back to Facebook. I didn't scroll down Facebook. Hey, I devoted my focus in on the task at hand. And see, that's what I want you to think about. And another example, think about, have you ever been to a child's football practice and the coaches are coaching? The coaches, most of the time in between those little 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, however long the practice is, they don't even pick up their phone. They don't even pay attention to who's texting, who's calling. They're dialed in, focused in on helping the kids get better and get prepared for the game or whatever it may be, track meet or whatever it may be. They don't, and see, that's the focus that you need to have on maybe on your part-time business or maybe on your project that you're working on, your campaign, whatever it may be. Hey, focus in that time. Eliminate all distractions. Also, another thing I want to encourage people, and this is something that I've gotten better at over the years, is, I have projects that I'm always doing, but what I learned is, instead of at nighttime, instead of maybe playing the game or something like that, or why even sitting around watching a movie, I'm working on a little project, getting a head start, and that's what I want to get y'all to understand. Like, hey, getting a head start on something, like preparing the day before for something that's going on that day, or preparing the week in advance, will allow you to really have a jump start. It's something like, say for instance, you have to type something up, and you typed it up the night before instead of having to rush right beforehand. So the only thing you had to do the next day was just overlook it. That's a quick tip. Get an early start on it. Number 6, basically, don't let unimportant things bring you down. Don't let unimportant things hold you back from getting the task done at hand. Don't let side distractions, whatever it may be, hey, stop you from understanding that, hey, what you're about to do is very important. See, because sometimes we'll let outside things knock us off track, and then next thing you know, we're not really focused in. So that's a good one right there. Number 7. Okay, this is one of my favorites that I wrote down. This is one of my favorites. Hey, turn key tasks into habits. Turn key tasks into habits. And one of the best examples for that one is, hey, brushing your teeth. That was a task at first when we were growing up. That was just something that our parents, would encourage us to do. Hey, and also, in some cases, make us do, because it was very important. Brush your teeth. Brush your teeth. Well, that key task turned into a important habit. That was something that we do every single day. Also, like one of the ones I encourage people to do, hey, read 10 pages at least a day. 10 to 20 pages a day. At least read that a day. And when you understand when it starts to become a habit, man, you understand, like, you'll look at different areas of life, you'll talk different, you'll think different. Ideas will start coming to your head, different things of that nature. Like for instance, maybe you are a car salesman, or you whatever business, or you're in network marketing, or whatever it may be. Hey, make 10 interactions a day. Maybe it is make 10 phone calls a day. And when you understand it, you keep doing it until it becomes a habit. Basically, you'll understand. You'll understand that right there will just, help you out a lot. Make it in a habit. Number 8 that I wrote down. It kind of piggyback off number 1. But, when you write it down, piggyback it up. Hey, determine. Now you wrote it down. Also, now I want you to determine what you should allow to take your time. Because you wrote it down, but now you need to determine what actually should I be spending more time on and less of my time doing. Like, see, because a lot of us, for instance, I had a habit of just getting on Facebook and scrolling for, it started off at 10 minutes, it started off at 30 minutes, it started off at an hour. Next thing you know, you're doing it for unnecessary amounts of time throughout the day. If you do it 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, 30 minutes there, you got like 3 hours that you just wasted scrolling through Facebook, not doing anything income producing for, maybe your business or your opportunity, whatever it may be. And so that's what I have for y'all. Number 9, this is real key. This is something I had got when I was doing my business appointments. What I learned over time. Yeah, I could have set them back to back. And yes, you could do that. But what I learned is more beneficial is if I give myself a little buffering time in between that. Like when I say like a little breathing time, something where I can just inhale and exhale. So it'll really help me out there. And number 10, this is probably one of the most important ones. And it's, everybody, should have something that they should, a little task list they should do. Some people call it to-do list, whatever it may be. But what I want you to do, what I don't want you to do is think about your to-do list. See, because when you start thinking about all the things you have to do, let's say, for instance, you put like 10 things on that to-do list or whatever it may be, you start thinking about them and start thinking like, oh man, I'm not going to get done. I don't have enough time. There's not enough time in this day. And so when you, that's what I would listen to myself before you speak. Just unnecessary comments. Just don't think about your to-do list, y'all. That's a key aspect, of how I can really, just focusing on it. Like I mentioned back on like number 6 or 7. Hey, focusing on the task at hand. Don't think about the to-do list. It's there. It's going to get done. Focusing on the task that you have right now so you can check it off and go to the next one. Just, hey, go down the list. You already ranked them anyway on the importance if you did that part. Or if you do that part, I'm telling you. And then one of the little bonus tips I have for everybody, because I know a lot of people, work Monday through Friday. And some people work on the weekends, some people don't. A lot of people just like the weekends just to relax and, want to do this and do that. This is, more for my entrepreneurs, people that want more out of life than just, hey, getting up and going to work and but, hey, they want to have the time freedom one day and have that. Hey, they're working on side projects, which I encourage everybody to do. I really encourage you to have a side project, have that extra income. But what the bonus tip for you is to utilize your weekends. See, because a lot of people use the weekend as just, hey, let's go get away, let's do this, let's have some fun. And they forgot about, that using the weekends can actually be beneficial to them. And so that's pretty much what I have for y'all today. I hope y'all really got encouragement, and I hope these daily tips can really help you out. I don't want to, bombard y'all. I could have probably wrote a laundry list of different tasks, but I just wanted to throw that out there. Like I do always, I'm gonna end off with a quote, and this is a quote from Zig Ziglar. People often complain about a lack of time when the lack of direction is the real problem. Old Zig Ziglar, famous Zig. Love them. Hey, I love you guys. I hope y'all have a blessed Tuesday. Hey, feel free to swipe and share this with your family and friends. Thank y'all for all the hearts. Thank you for everything y'all do. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, love you guys, and guess what? I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a blessed one.